Hi, this is Judy Hayes with a quick tip on how to manage your network. Now, depending upon which version of LinkedIn you have and whether or not they've rolled out this new feature, when you click on My Network, it's going to show that invitations have moved to the Notifications tab. So when you click on that tab, you will land here. And now these are all organized. What kinds of invitations can you receive? Well, you can receive people invitations. That's people want to connect with you. You can receive invitations to participate in events, whether on LinkedIn or offsite, pages to follow, newsletters to subscribe to. You can also see invitations that you have sent for events, pages, or people. So when invitations come in, it's always a good idea to actually take a look at the person's profile because especially if there's no message with it. So in the case here that I'm showing you, there's no message with these invitations. So the only choice is to accept or ignore. If I accept it and it turns out that it's somebody that, basically wants to connect to sell me something, then that's not a good connection. Or if it's somebody that's not relevant to the strategy that I have set forth on LinkedIn, then that is going to affect what my news feed is and the quality of the rest of my connections. So it's always a good idea to look at the person's profile. And there's a couple of things that I do when I look at a profile before I accept or connect. I want to see how active they are. Are they actively posting and sharing and engaged on the platform? That's really important because if they're not, then what's the point of connecting? The other thing is I want to see who they're connected to and see how well I know these people. And then I also want to look at, is their profile filled out properly? Does anything look a little sketchy? Does their photo look legitimate? Do they have, do things make sense from a timeline point of view? Yes, all this stuff takes time to go through, but the quality of your network is the quality of your net worth on LinkedIn. And that's really important to remember because again, like I said before, the quality of what you see in your feed, the content, that's all impacted by who your network is. Now, one of the things that I'm not too keen on with this new feature of consolidated invitations is that I can no longer message people. So sometimes if I get one of these connections and there's no context, like I don't know how they found me or anything like that, there's no way to ask them, hey, how did you find me? I'd love to learn more before I accept your invitation. So that's one of the downsides. I guess you could always direct message the person, but short of that, you're going to have to look at the profile and evaluate whether or not it makes sense. Another thing that you can do is when you're going through this, you can indicate whether or not you don't know the person. I mean, if it's a totally random invitation, then you can select that. That does count as points against that person. So just be aware of that. The other thing is you can choose who can connect with you, whether it can be anybody, people that are second degree, third degree, belong to a group or something like that. And this is what that setting would look like here. So you would have a way to say everyone on LinkedIn, only people that have your email, or people that are in your imported contact list. I don't recommend either one of these second ones because if you have it gated for just your email, it kind of defeats the purpose of having a social networking platform. And the ones that appear in your imported contact, I would definitely not import your contacts into LinkedIn. That has been problematic in the past, and it's just not a good idea.